We have another Queer News Update, ladies and gentlemen. Queer News Update. This time, Dateline Iran. Welcome back to the channel. Culture Confederacy here. It is Wednesday. Corncob pipe and coffee in hand, as always. So this is from the Associated Press by way of NBC News, or NBC News by way of Associated Press, however you want to put it. Iran sentences LGBTQ activists to death for human trafficking. This is from Dubai, the United Arab Emirates. Authorities accuse the women of corruption on earth, a term often used to describe attempts to undermine the government. And of course, they've got a picture here of the rainbow flag. Now, homosexuality is illegal in Iran, considered one of the most repressive places in the world for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people. Iran has sentenced 2 women to death on charges of human trafficking, the country's official IRNA news agency reported on Monday, a penalty that sparked widespread condemnation online. Authorities accused the women, identified as Zahra Sadeghi and Elham Chabdar, of corruption on earth, a term often used to describe attempts to undermine the Iranian government, saying they exploited young women. However, foreign-based rights groups describe the 2 women as local gay and lesbian rights activists. Oh, but it gets juicy, really, really juicy. IRNA made no reference to the women's activism, reporting that they misused women and girls in promising better training and job opportunities abroad. In reference to human trafficking, a revolutionary court in the country's northwestern city of Urmia, some 600 kilometers or 370 miles northwest of Tehran, handed down the death sentences. The women have the right to appeal. International rights watchdog Amnesty International identified Sadeghi earlier this year as, quote, an Iranian gender non-conforming human rights defender. Iranian gender non-conforming human rights defender. Describing her months-long detention as stemming from her, quote, sexual orientation and gender identity, as well as her social media posts and statements in defense of LGBTQI, PRQ to the third degree of N rights. So she could be transgender, she could be trans black, she could be gender fluid. We may never know. Now, Henga Organization for Human Rights, a Norwegian registered watchdog that monitors rights violations in Iran's western Kurdistan province, reported that security forces similarly detained Chabdar over promoting homosexuality. Under Iranian law, crimes such as murder, rape, drug trafficking, and sodomy can lead to the death penalty. The more you look at this, the better America starts to look. Along with China, the Islamic Republic is considered among the world's most prolific executioners. The UN's independent investigator on human rights in Iran warned last year that the country continues to execute prisoners at an alarming rate. Homosexuality is illegal. Iran, considered one of the most repressive places in the world for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people. Fear of persecution is so strong that some gays and lesbians have sought and received asylum in other countries. The United States. Earlier this year, Iran reportedly executed 2 gay men on charges of sodomy. So I guess Iran is still stuck in, what, the 10th century? In many respects? No, but a shout out to anybody who's listening to the channel here who's of Iranian descent. I know there's a lot of great Iranian people out there. We're talking about the government here, the government in Iran. So this is at NBC News. 2 women have been sentenced to the death penalty for human trafficking. Again, they could be transgender, gender fluid, non-binary, trans black, we may never know. But another Queer News Update. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. You can also follow me at Instagram, #JasonComposes, or find me at Twitter, Culture Confederacy at Twitter. This is the Culture Confederacy saying peace out, stay safe, everybody. God bless this great country, and I'll catch you next time.